So we're going to use a lower level, but more of like a continuous sensation to help kind of teach her the different positions that we want, using that same concept of like the pressure and release that we did with the prong. We're just going to overlay them together. And then eventually, once she understands the commands and we're really confident that she understands the expectations that come along with them, then we can transition over to using like the single tap for the corrections. Good girl. All right, so I have her on about a 12. And what I'm doing is I'm overlaying. Anytime that I'm giving her direction with the prong, I'm also holding my button and then I'm releasing them both at the same time. So we're basically just pairing them exactly together, simultaneous. And again, we're just kind of working on that walking position. Did you do much walking at all this day?
In the house.
Okay. It's pretty freezing outside, so I get it. Yeah. Yeah. How did she do in the house with you walking though?
Really good.
Good.
I got her in bed. So we did the bed.
Okay.
The doorway with the front door was still right to.
Okay. Good girl. Good job. I didn't actually do anything there because when I'm working on the walking, I'm not really concerned about the sits as much. So I'm more concerned with if I stop moving that she stays generally in this spot. And she doesn't pull really far ahead or anything like that. So I don't care even if she sits, as long as she stays here. She's just sitting on her own accord. Here I'm using it, and then releasing. We'll go past you again, see how she does. There I didn't really use it. There I did, just because she went over to Paige. Same thing there. So it's more if she goes out to the side or forward that I'm going to use it. If she's lagging behind, it's not as big of a deal. We'll add a little distractions. That's good, you should be. Right there, you can press. Anytime you're giving her those little, guidance with that leash, you can hold that e-collar button. There you go. In this stage that we're adding the e-collar, you should feel like you're having to use less physical pressure with the leash because the e-collar is kind of complementing and helping you out a little bit with that. And so everything you're doing with her right now is just starting to turn the tables a little bit and say like, this isn't your job to worry about this. Your job is to pay attention to me and just kind of worry about what we're doing. You don't even need to worry about that other dog. Some of it could also be that maybe some of her reactivity towards other dogs is more out of like insecurity and based more out of fear. And so she's actually a little bit more nervous about him being here. And now that we've shown her that she's not allowed to react towards him, she's like, well then I'm just gonna avoid the situation altogether. And then we see the true reason, which is more of the insecurity start to come out. Sit. Look at her. She's like, I'm a model for the camera. Well, and part of it too, like to be fair to the dog, like if even with my own dogs, like there can be a difference between there's a time and a place for everything, right? So if I'm just standing around or guests are coming over or whatever, like my dogs know that like jumping is never okay. We're never gonna do that on our own accord. If I'm roughhousing with my dog and I'm playing with them, they're gonna jump on me because that's an appropriate time for them to do it and they know that. So if I initiate the playtime and I get them all riled up and we're playing, I just kind of accept that like I'm putting my dog into that state of mind where they want to play and be wild. And so it's normal that they're going to jump. And I'm okay with that. So you can kind of have those standards for her as well, where, you know, if she decides to jump, it's not okay. But if you want to play with her and get her riled up, then that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because if it's not too cold even, like we have a trampoline and when they go out, like,
Does she go on the trampoline with them?
so she does. She can jump from the trampoline or from the ground onto the trampoline. Like she's
What?
strong. Her arms like grab on.
She like pulls it.
She pulls her, but then I have a heart attack and I'm like, "Ah!" So then when she sees me coming, she jumps and I'm like, no, it's so high. But like,
Oh,
so as
girl.
they're jumping, though, I make them close the net, so she
Yeah.
gets in and she just jumps like a bunny rabbit.
Aww, that's so
She's
funny.
never been aggressive to anyone, anything. Except
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
has issues, so.
Yeah, so that's what I would do this week is correct for those three things. Any, you know, aggression, whether she's in the crate or outside of the crate, and then the jumping. And we'll focus on those things. And then obviously practice like adding the e-collar into the walking and the sits.
Like try to do doorways.
Yeah, you can still, yeah, everything that we've already done, now just these things kind of added. And that's kind of what we'll do each week.